Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash has been met with a massive wave of criticism since its first reveal, as many have understandably grown tired of the arena fighter genre and hoped this would be a 2D fighter after the success of Dragon Ball FighterZ. Vocally expressing any praise or hope that the game would be fun to play was met with a wave of backlash from anime Twitter. Is this another mid-arena fighter, or did Biking cook? Let's find out.
In that case, let's win!
First, let me begin by saying the music is amazing. I would buy the soundtrack or stream it if it was readily available, it's that good. While there aren't named, some of my favorite tracks are track 18 and track 15. Biking has really captured the vibe of the Jujutsu Kaisen anime with the music. Next, we'll move on to the options where you can change the language settings, controls, and mess with the in-game sound, which in my opinion you'll want to have the voices all the way up, as Biking's audio default settings aren't good. And if you don't tinker with these settings, you'll be playing the story mode and it'll be very difficult to hear the voice actors say their lines because the music drowns it out completely. The free battle UI is very ugly. They kept the Excel spreadsheet from the demo, and unless you know these characters by heart, you'll be shuffling through this menu for some time. It's unnecessarily complicated, and in comparison, when you play online, the character select looks a lot better. In free battle, you can set 1v1, 1v2, or 2v2, but since there's no local, meaning you can't play with a friend sitting next to you, it'll just be you and the bots. Let's get the bad stuff out of the way now. The graphics aren't that great, and at times it can look as ugly as sin. I don't judge based on visuals alone, but I'd be lying if I didn't say the game's visuals feel inconsistent. On to the story mode. It goes from the beginning of the anime all the way to Jujutsu Kaisen 0, and basically, it's Storm Connection's history mode with 3D cutscenes that are very few and far in between. When I recorded all the cutscenes in the game, it was a little over 7 minutes in total, and if you don't skip the visual novel dialogue, then each story mode chapter you complete will take you roughly an hour. Now for the good, the game's online mode is more intensive than I had originally thought. You can actually invite friends at launch, but seriously, the online aspect of the game is pretty great. Once you create your lobby, you get sent to a hub world where you can train against a dummy character, solo, or invite your friends so that they can join in, and even do friendly fire, and have some fun casual matches or ranked battles. The game's online modes are ranked, casual, rush battle, and survival battle. Rush battle allows you to play against a wave of enemies, and you can play solo or invite a friend to join you. Before each wave, you get to set these bindings to your character that give you a buff and a debuff. For example, like increased health but reduced speed. You're allowed to equip up to 3 of these or play without using any of them. In the end, you gain experience points that you can use to level up your character. As you rank up, you unlock items that can be purchased in the shop. Survival battles where you fight very difficult CPUs, which I honestly do not recommend starting at this mode without leveling up your character because they hit hard and likely one-shot or two-shot you if you're not careful. And they might also be reading your inputs as well. Last but not least, the combat is extremely fun. I honestly kept my expectations at mid-level, and that was only because I did enjoy the demo despite not knowing what I was doing then. But now that I've learned a good amount, I can easily say that the combat feels very satisfying. One thing to know, however, is the impact effect sounds are very dull and don't do some of these powerful attacks justice. To be clear, this isn't a combo game. You have to build meter using normal attacks and then using R1, R2 to inflict damage to the opponent's health. Having a good teammate is important because the better you work with your teammate, the easier the battles can get, since you can coordinate team specials, which are called joint attacks in Cursed Clash, and you can also do small combo juggles with the help of another friend. Overall, I give this game an 8 out of 10. The game as a package is mostly solid, the music is amazing, and it's a good start for what I hope is to come via DLC down the road. If you're a fan of other arena fighters that isn't Naruto Storm, such as Gundam Versus, Dissidia, or J-Stars, I will consider picking this one up or wait for a sale.